Hi guys, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel. How's everyone's week going? I hope great. I haven't been here. Oh my gosh, you guys know how I am with videos. I've been slacking. Let me rephrase that. I have not been slacking. I have been, oh my gosh, so extremely busy. I tried to throw some, oh my goodness, I tried to throw some more lashes on last night. Look, I'm a mess. I have my little curling rod here. We're gonna try to curl my hair a little bit during this video because I gotta do something to it. It needs washed, but I just got these extensions put in. So the whole thing was like a huge ordeal. Not a huge ordeal, but like, you know me, always changing my mind. So I took like these bleach blonde extensions. I was like, this is what I'm doing. Then we were talking about gray and I'm like, no, let me just try to get to gray now. And then we were like, we're gonna put these colors in. And I actually absolutely love it. Well, it needs washed really badly right now. And for some reason, like, this gray looks totally different in different lighting. Like, it looks lighter and more grayish, like when I'm outside. I don't know what it is, but when this is curled and this is all together, oh, they look so nice. Shout out to my new friend Garrett who did this. He's awesome. He does hair and nails, and I have a lot to share with you guys. Yeah, I haven't been slacking. I actually have been really involved with looking at this place that I hope I will call my salon. So I don't even want to go into it right now because I don't want to, you know, I just don't. We'll wait till things are more definite and then we'll talk about it. Things are going awesome, but they're very stressful, and that leads to what happened last night. So ever since I had my son, if I'm under extreme amounts of stress, I have like a flare-up of stomach ulcers. And when people hear stomach ulcers, they're like, oh, pain. And no, mine is, I don't feel them. Nothing. I feel nothing. But I know they're ulcers because I did do tests when this first started. No pain, just vomiting. And when I say vomiting, like nothing you've ever experienced. There were times where I threw up for like 2 days straight. Like, I could not move out of bed. If I even turned in bed, it would cause me to throw up. And luckily, I have not really had them like happen like that. I try to take pretty good care of myself, eat properly. If I go long periods without eating, sometimes they flare up too. I'm under a lot of stress this week, probably. I don't even know how to use one of these. So there's that. Probably because of like looking at the salon and everything. But do you guys see me struggling over here? Yeah, this is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. Do you guys see me struggling? Oh goodness. But yeah, probably because of looking at the salon and everything, I'm just under extreme stress this week. So they acted up, and I went straight to bed because I know when it happens, like, just go straight to bed, get some rest. Like, don't be moving around. If I keep moving, it's gonna start the vomiting, and usually once that starts, I can't get it back under control. Luckily, everything ended up turning out okay. I woke up today, I felt fine, which is good because I have some lashes to do later on. So I'm very thankful. That's gonna lead me kind of into what we're talking about today. We're gonna touch on two topics today. Aw, look at that cute little curl. Now, me curling my whole head like this, that's cramps ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I know, you can see my extension. I know, calm down, people. Listen, it's because I got these from Sally's, these extensions, and I got the bleach blonde ones, and then once we decided to do this to my hair, it's like a different color from this, and like, you know what, it's okay though, because next time I'm gonna lighten my hair even more. And I'm someone who's not picky. Like, some people might be like, oh my gosh, I could Me, nope, I'm fine. I'm fine over here with everything. I'm not a picky person. Oh, so wait, I could put, oh, I got it. I could put my thumb on that resting piece and just like kind of keep it twirling. This is hard. I've never really curled my hair ever in my life, now that I'm thinking about it. When I tell you guys I was never really a girl, I was never really a girl. So anywho, we're gonna talk about two topics. We're gonna talk about overdoses today, and then we're gonna talk about stomach ulcers. So two totally different things. Not overdoses, just I really have a lecture because I'm really just sick of seeing people that I care about die. Pretty much is what it is. Die. That's where we're at right now. And yes, someone else passed away. That's what we're leading into. Before Sean died, right after I had Sean, we were fighting a lot, and as I said before, there were a lot of different reasons for our fighting. Not all was Sean's fault. Some was my fault, some was his fault, but we fought. You know, I had a lot of stress. I had just had a son. I was working. Sean was using. He wasn't using like crazy, but I knew he wasn't doing perfect, you know, and there was just a lot. And then I'd have this stomach ulcer flare up and I couldn't do anything. And it's like I'm the one who is holding everything together, and then I'm like bedridden for days. Like the whole thing was just my life was very, very chaotic and very, very stressful. I got through it, you know, and when I would have an episode like that, it was unreal. So anytime I feel one coming on now, I kind of am just like, oh my God, please, God, don't let this happen to me. Like, I cannot handle it. So that's why when I felt it happening last night, I was just so, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. But no one wants to hear about this. People want to hear about my little lecture on using. I already know that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about that. I have this weird phobia about death. And I don't know if it's because I'm clean now and it's stemming from Sean dying or what, but I literally obsess over death, and I'm really struggling with my faith right now too. And just all of it combined, it stinks. You know, it stinks. Every time I lose somebody, it's each time it's like a little bit harder, I guess, for me. And this weekend, somebody, now I don't know the circumstances, so I can't sit here and say, oh, it was this that happened to them or that, but I do know that they had problems with addiction in the past, and I also know that they were like drinking and stuff the night before. So whether they died directly or indirectly, it all contributes, you know. And it's someone I've known since I was 3 years old, probably one of the first kids I ever met, you know. And it just, I don't know what it was. The person was truly such a nice person and a good person, and I'm so sick of seeing people my age dying. And it's like, I can't believe I was ever at a point, like, now that I have all these dreams and goals and stuff I want to do, it's like, oh my God, I could not imagine not getting to achieve like what I want to achieve now, you know. Like, I could not imagine dying now, or dying, like when I look at Sean, he died before, like, at least I've already started and like know what I want to do. Like, Sean died before he even like officially decided like this is what I want to do with my life, or you know what I mean. It's just like, I could not imagine, I can't even comprehend that I was in a place, and I was in a place that I didn't care or value my life. And I thought like, okay, that's it, I don't care. Like, if I die, I don't care. Like, it's so baffling to me that I felt like that. And I'm so grateful, and they talk about, you know, like being grateful and stuff with your addiction and all that, and I am so grateful that I'm an addict, and because I understand life in a way that other people can't understand it. And I guess that statement is probably hard for people to understand, but anyone who is an addict knows what I'm talking about. And I'm also so grateful because I'm so thankful for what I have now, even just being sober. Just waking up and being sober, like, it's like this feeling of gratefulness that a normal person is just like, well, I've always been, you know? And I see so many people now who are just like, addiction is so prevalent. It is so prevalent. The people who are talking about addicts and how they need help and that, a majority of them are addicts. I watch adults and parents just drinking, and they pop a sleeping pill, and they don't even realize that they're addicts themselves. It's just so prevalent to take substances in our society. And even myself, like, I'm not totally clean. I'm on Suboxone. Like, all of it just stinks, man. It just stinks. It's like, when are we gonna wake up and we promote this lifestyle? And I'm just so sick of seeing people die. And you know, I saw people, and okay, I'm just gonna get real right now. I don't even care. You know I don't care. I saw people at that funeral, like, people that I used to think were, I don't know, cool and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe there was ever a time in my life where I wanted to go out drinking for the night with those people, or I wanted them to accept me. Like, I can't even believe it. And it's not even all people who are like sitting around doing nothing. I'm even talking about, or people who are addicts. Like, I'm just talking about people who, like, I come from a very small town, and I'm not knocking it. Like, if people like that stuff, then so be it. But I don't care what anyone says. Like, people are like I have a lot of respect for where I come from, but not necessarily what it is now. And it's not even about the drugs and alcohol. It's about just, I mean, I guess it was always like that. I would have to ask my dad, but to me, what I see from my generation, it's just, I just feel like I think differently than like 99% of the world, and for that I am so grateful. Because when I look at the majority of people and how they act and think, and I'm just like, wow, I am so thankful. I don't know if they actually think like that or it's just all an act, but I'm so thankful that I don't think like that, or I'm not at a place today where I have to pretend I think like that, because people are just so superficial and fake. And that's the thing about me. Like, you would look at me and be like, oh, well, you are too. No. Anyone who knows me, like, knows that the image I'm putting out with all this makeup and all this stuff is actually nothing like the person I actually am. I'm a totally opposite person. Totally opposite, and that will never change. I promise you that. What's going on with this? So one of the, like, my town literally runs by, there's like certain families that are like cool, like they're the cool families. And what do the cool families in Ambridge do? Well, a majority of them are alcoholics, but like that's cool. Like, they spend their entire lives sitting in little dive bars on Merchant Street, and that's cool. That is what is cool in Ambridge. Oh God, I don't even know. Yeah, the town has always been like that now that I think about it. But see, to me, that is just so like, and I guess, I don't know if it's because I saw it or what, but I tried to trick myself at one point in my life into thinking like that was actually the life I wanted. And it blows my mind that I was ever at that place. Yeah, so I'm just so sick of seeing people dying, and that's the thing. Okay, what I'm saying about Ambridge and this or that, that's where the problem lies. It's like we're saying that it's all right to act like that, and it's not even, that's the thing. Like people who are addicts almost love the fact that the heroin epidemic is happening, because it's like a scapegoat. It's like, oh, look at all those addicts, so they can hide behind their beer glass on their bar stool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the truth. It's like, oh, we could talk about all those junkies because they're worse off than what I'm doing, and I don't care what anyone says, but it's the truth. And I also don't care what anyone says about like being proud about your town and this or that, because I know, like, my family, my grandpa was wild, okay? There's no way around it. He was wild. But he also was not an alcoholic. And would he be proud of what our town is today? No. Like, when I say I'm from Ambridge, I'm proud I'm from Ambridge, but does that mean that I have to like the people that I surround myself with it today? No. And I'm somebody, like, when I say things like that, like, I don't dislike everyone. There's a lot of nice people, but there's also, and it's not just in Ambridge, it's anywhere, there's also a lot of good people you encounter that, or there's also a lot of bad people that disguise themselves as nice people. That's honestly what I feel a lot of Ambridge is. This death happened, and it was kind of just like, wow, like, when is it gonna stop, you know? Like, when is it gonna stop? Because it's not okay that we pretend that this stuff is okay. It's just not. And the fact that we pretend and condone these lifestyles is the reason that we lose people. Because we make it socially acceptable to drink like a fish. As long as you're not doing heroin, you're okay. Like, you know what I mean? But a drug is a drug is a drug. And, that sounds so NA right there. But it's so true. I look at, and I'm not saying it to be like mean, I'm saying it because I genuinely wish people would get help. Like, I care for them. But that's the thing. Like, I think of so many people who actually message me and are like, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy to see you doing good. I was worried about you. I was worried about you. And then if I was to clap back with something like, oh, well, I worry about you too, I mean, you know, you're an alcoholic, it would be like, no, I'm not. Like, it would change really quickly, and we wouldn't be able to even talk about that subject, you know? You guys know what I mean. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, we could pretend that you're not. That's fine. Because you have a good job, or because you make $100,000 a year, and because, you know, you went to college, and because you have a family, or whatever it may be. But, you know, they're not like us, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. I feel like I have so much of that in my life. I see it every day. I think it's so funny. I still have people who, I think it's so funny. It's like, the people who hated me before, they're a little bit nicer to me now because, you know, I'm a citizen. I guess they have to be. But I can see, like, right through them, like, how much they truly hate me and how bitter they are. Like, how dare her. Like, I used to hate her. I don't know why. Because I'm a okay-looking girl and I don't really care what you think about me, or I don't know. I don't know why they hated me before, but now that I'm actually doing something with my life instead of sitting on a bar stool, they hate it even more, because they're like, oh, look, she's doing something with her life and she doesn't even care that we hate her, or like, do you know what I mean? I guess the point of what I'm saying here is I see so many people who are addicts just like me, who hide because they're not shooting heroin. And it's like, I pity you more than I pity myself, because you're going to be able to carry your addiction on for 20, 30 years, however long, until your liver gives out. And if you ever do stop drinking one day and you spend a week or a month not drinking, you're going to hate yourself, because it's going to feel bad because you're not used to it, but you're going to be like, I missed my entire life. You're going to realize. And it's not just me saying it or me being whatever. You're going to realize you missed your entire life on that bar stool. Just because you don't drink here's something I'm saying, and I'm saying this to so many people that I know. I don't know if you guys watch these, but I'm saying this to you. Just because you don't drink every night does not mean you're not an alcoholic. And just because you don't say you are, does not mean that we don't all know that you're an alcoholic. And guess what? When you're an alcoholic, you're an addict. That's what it is. Alcohol is addiction. You are an addict. You are what I am. You are what I am. And I know that that sounds terrible to you. And I know you can't admit that, but that's what you are. And unfortunately, until one day you're able to admit that, there's no hope. And I hope that one day that changes. Whether we like each other or we hate each other or whatever. I don't wish this life on anybody. I really don't. I really don't. Because it's just so pathetic. And it's so funny because now that I'm sober, like all those people, like I look at them in such a different light. Like there was another incident where I ran into a bunch of people that I used to party with that I thought were really cool back in the day, and I really wanted to accept me. And it was so funny because before they saw me in a light, like, oh, no, they could tell that I was real insecure and wanted them to accept me. And you know, they treated me, meh, not so great. And now, they still didn't treat me so great, but I could see right through it. It was for a different reason. It was for the reason. It was like, oh crap, Natalie's doing better than us. And I'm not talking financially. I'm not talking, like there's just all around. Just mentally, just with sobriety, just wanting success and going to get something. I'm not saying I'm more successful than anyone. I'm saying in the sense of wanting success and making sacrifices to go get something. I'm saying in that sense I'm more successful. And I could see it. I could see it in their eyes that they were trying to impress me. It went from me trying to impress them my entire life to them trying to impress me not by what they were doing, but by the fact that they didn't like me still. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain. I'm gonna have to elaborate on that one day. It's hard to explain. I want to know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. You know the drill. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, head to my Insta. I have an awesome Jeffree Star giveaway, but if you catch this at another time, I promise you I have a great giveaway going on at all times. So go check it out. Yeah, and subscribe to my channel if you want a bunch of randomness all the time, and makeup, and just crazy. So yeah, love you guys. Bye.